He always felt that his stepmother's porridge was poisonous, so suspiciously, he brought it to his nose to smell it. Sure enough, he smelled a strange odor. He realized that the porridge must be poisonous, hurriedly jumped down from the bed, trying to find clues in the porridge. The result was no luck. He had to vacate a box from the cabinet, then poured all the porridge into the box, immediately called to ask his friend to meet him, but when he ran downstairs to go out, he was suddenly stopped by his stepmother in the kitchen. It turned out to be water seeping out of his backpack. His stepmother saw it. The woman wanted to help him wipe his backpack, but Danny was so nervous and incoherent. Nervously, he turned away. The stepmother didn't know what was going on, so she knelt down to wipe the floor. It wasn't water that dripped on the floor, and this stepmother seemed to understand everything. In the evening, his stepmother made a nice dinner, but Danny didn't move his fork. The father knew he was prejudiced against his stepmother, and he carefully urged him to eat. Danny made a strange request. He thinks he has too much fat on his plate. The stepmother finally expressed her displeasure. She made Danny's steak 7 rare, and his father's steak was 3 rare.
Doesn't matter. What's the big deal?
The stepmother finally relented and stated she had had enough of Danny's nonsense. This father saw them arguing so much, he wanted to talk them out of it. However, Danny picked up his plate and walked aggressively to the kitchen, immediately loaded up his plate with food. He wanted to take the food to a testing facility, proving that her stepmother had been drugging her. Danny saw his father trying to stop himself. In passing, he copied the knife from the table. He warned his father to stay away. Just as Danny confronted his father, the stepmother was afraid he would do something stupid, rushed to dial the police. At this time, the younger brother also advised Danny, their stepmother had no reason to drug you. He ran to his stepmother's room on the 2nd floor. He backhanded the door and locked it from the inside, then searched the room for evidence. His father came right through the door and walked in, just as the father was about to convince Danny. But then the stepmother appeared out of nowhere, and that's when Danny went crazy again. The police came and arrested Danny. Why did Danny and his stepmother get into such a mess? Not long ago, Danny's mother was terminally ill, and they hired a hospice nurse, which is Danny's current stepmother. At that time, his mother's condition was quite stable, but since they hired this nurse, his mother's condition deteriorated drastically. She passed away soon after. What Danny didn't expect was, he overheard his father and the nurse kissing. Then the father asked the nurse to move in with them. At first, Danny hated his stepmother. He gave the stepmother a hard time. One day while they were having dinner, Danny remembered it was time to walk the dog. He was stopped by his stepmother, and then she volunteered to go out and walk the dog. During this time, the father came over for dinner. Danny praised his stepmother's cooking. Then he got a sudden pain in his stomach. Before he could figure out what was wrong, outside, his stepmother suddenly called for help. They ran out to see. The dog that his stepmother had taken out was dead.